Welcome back to Fight Rights. This Saturday, a middleweight clash between top 10 contenders Jared Cannonier and Kelvin Gastelum is taking place in the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. While it's a great fight stylistically, it also represents somewhat of a do-or-die fight for both competitors. Originally scheduled for Saturday was a fight between the aforementioned Cannonier and former middleweight title challenger Paulo Costa. The fight couldn't be made due to contract issues, and Gastelum stepped in on short notice. In my opinion, this resulting matchup between Cannonier and Gastelum is a rare case of a short notice replacement making for a better fight than the original booking. Gastelum is in an interesting spot here. He's only 29, meaning he could have a long career ahead of him, and is loved by both the UFC and the fans due to his willingness to take any fight. Typically, he only loses to the best of the best. He also pushed dominant champion Israel Adesanya closer to the brink than any other fighter has, displaying an incredible amount of heart and tenacity despite taking a loss. With that being said, he has only won one of his last 5 fights. All of his losses have been to top fighters, but at the end of the day, you have to win fights to stick around. It's a brave move on his part to take a short notice fight against a top contender right now. He's in such a rocky stage of his career that a loss could mean the end of his UFC tenure despite his popularity and exciting style. Cannonier is also in a bit of a must-win scenario. He's 3-1 at middleweight, with his one loss being to number 1 contender Robert Whittaker. This doesn't sound bad on paper, but what makes it interesting is Cannonier's age. He's 37 years old, making him the second oldest athlete in the middleweight top 15. This is pretty old for a top-level MMA fighter. Now, more than ever, he needs to prove he's still a top contender at middleweight. If he's ever going to put a title run together, now is likely the time, and a loss to Gastelum could swiftly end those championship aspirations. The matchup itself is an interesting one on paper. While most known for his slick boxing and knockout power, Gastelum has actually relied more on his wrestling in recent bouts than ever before. Before his fight with Adesanya, Gastelum attempted roughly 1 takedown per round. Since that fight, his attempted takedown rate has shot up to about 3 per round. Cannonier has shown in the past that his defensive grappling can be porous and can rely a lot on strength rather than technique. To me, this indicates a good path to victory for Gastelum if he can consistently secure takedowns. Cannonier has also been shown to slow down as the fight progresses and has never gone into the 4th or 5th round, whereas Gastelum is known to have good 5-round cardio. On the other hand, Cannonier has absolutely thunderous power. All 3 of his middleweight wins have come by way of TKO. He also carries this power even when he's tired. This was best shown by him stunning Robert Whittaker with a huge right hand towards the end of their fight, despite Cannonier being exhausted and battered by that point. He also carries heavy leg kicks, which he showcased early against Whittaker. They appeared most notably against Anderson Silva, who he finished in the first round by attacking his legs early and often. Cannonier was even described by reigning champion Israel Adesanya as being the dark horse of the division. In addition, he has a large size advantage against Gastelum, which is always a plus, particularly in grappling exchanges. While Cannonier does have what's often described as the touch of death, Gastelum has an absolute granite chin. It'll be interesting to see if he can absorb Cannonier's power, or if he can withstand the leg kicks. Similarly, I question if Cannonier's cardio and defensive grappling can stand up to Gastelum's pressure and pace. It has all the makings of a great fight, and both men's careers are on the line here to a degree. I look forward to seeing how it plays out, seeing who will rebound, and seeing where both men's careers go from here.